My name is Joe Santana. My ministry is Blessed Music, but we go by 956 Blessed. So the reason why we got this truck that I labeled Miracle Whip is because God did something in my life. You know, my family used to be homeless. We were homeless out in Houston. My dad was on drugs. That situation made life very difficult. But then one day, Jesus showed up. And when Jesus shows up, he shows off. So my family was homeless. God gave instructions to my mom. We gotta leave Houston. And my mom fought it a little bit, but what about my husband and this situation and that situation? And she finally listened to the voice of God. We come back to the valley. We've been here ever since, and we stopped being homeless. In the process of all of that, God gave me a pen and some paper, and I started writing out my story, my testimony of how things were going in my life. And I didn't know it at the time because, again, I was homeless, so I wasn't near a TV, I wasn't near a radio, so I didn't know what rap music was. I was just writing poems. And it wasn't until we got back into the valley, and at that point I was a little bit older, so I would take the car, go for a cruise in the neighborhood. And one day I heard a rap song by Tupac, Dear Mama. And his pattern sounded like my pattern. And his story sounded a little bit like my story. And the way he worded it out, again, because I didn't know what rap was, I just used a lot of words. And I saw that he was using a lot of words and he wasn't being repetitive. So I pulled over right then and there and it just hit me and stuff. And I'm like, I started crying. And I'm like, this sounds like what I wrote years ago. And so I started putting, you know, back in the day, mixtape style. Started getting a beat, started putting it to some of the stuff that I had written. And God starts opening doors. I started rapping in different places here in Harlingen. Then I started going to around the valley, around Texas, Mexico, Washington State, etc., etc. But all of that happened because God showed up. And all of that happened because I took the opportunity to use what God gave me and I gave it right back to him. So maybe you're going through a bunch of different things. Maybe you're going through situations. Maybe you don't know where you're going. You know, let God be your GPS. When God is your GPS, he'll guide your life. Yeah, we screw up, we make mistakes, we take turns, we go our own way sometimes. But when you give God the opportunity, he'll reroute you. He'll redirect you. He'll get you back on the path that you need to be on. Give God that chance. Let him come into your life and watch what he does. Amen. God bless you guys.